Welcome to IJustWatched. I'm Joseph, and we're here to discuss Thanksgiving, this satirical horror film. I hope it's satirical. However, spoiler warning just in case you haven't seen it. And jumping into it, I do remember it is directed by Eli Roth. Roth. Let's go with that. I've seen some of his stuff. I'm not a huge fan of his, so I got to get that out there in the beginning. Everything I've seen from him is kind of a letdown. It's lackluster. My boy loves gore, which I don't have an issue with. I just don't like gore for the sake of gore. Don't give me a shitty movie that's super gory and expect me to be like, ooh, that gore was cool. I enjoyed this movie. If you give me a shitty movie and it's gory and be like, that was shitty, unnecessary gore mixed in with basura. And that's how I felt about this movie. This movie conceptually had an idea that I could have got behind for a slasher. And I love horror, I love slashers, so usually my bias leans into enjoying them, leans into liking them. You know, a little nostalgic, easy stuff that they do that's just part of horror, that's part of the genre. I'm a sucker for it, I'm gonna be honest. That didn't save this movie whatsoever. And the reason I say I hope it was satirical is because these people were stupid. I'm hoping it was for satirical purposes to just over describe or over specify or just give this over top version of people today. I hope. Please. This movie was rough. It was hard to watch. The gore that we did get looked cheap and fake, and the effects were whack. Most of the kills were mediocre or dumb as hell. So like every little thing that could have made this movie good or made me enjoy it and maybe pull back a little bit of love for it was basura, garbage. Like honestly, if this was a 3-second review, I'd be like, welcome to I Just Watched. We're talking Thanksgiving, basura, moving on. This movie's horrible. No question whatsoever. I was struggling to get through it. It is not rewatchable whatsoever. Thank God I didn't go watch this in the theater. I don't care if the ticket was free. I was basura, alright? This movie sucked. If you enjoyed it, you can tell me why, but I guarantee on this one there's going to be no... We can have a conversation, and I would like to, but there's going to be no convincing me other than the fact that Thanksgiving by Roth is trash. This movie has people I recognize in it, actors and actresses that I enjoy and other things, whack. Nothing saved this movie. None of the dialogue was good. None of the kills were good. The killer himself wasn't good. The only thing I called was, I was like, hey, it's Homeboy. It's Doctor, he was a pretty doctor. I remember him more from Scream 3 as a detective. And I remember seeing him, and then he was a cop here, and I was like, wow, she's going to be the killer. And fucking he turns out to be the killer. My nephew's like, how'd you know? I was like, I bet you the thought behind making him the killer was because the big twist in Scream 3 that everything was pointing to him being the killer didn't turn out to be the killer. It turned out to be a good guy. This one, it was the exact opposite. I bet that thought was in his head when he wrote it that way, casted him and such. They were like, you know what? If you know Scream, you'll find it. No, please, don't compare yourself. Watching this movie, I had to wash it out of my eyeballs by watching something fantastic, alright? Something good, because it was basura. Not rewatchable. Don't waste your time. If someone's like, let's watch Thanksgiving, you slap that person in the face, okay? Full, wholeheartedly, full power, all the strength. You have my permission. If you, for whatever reason, enjoyed this movie or bits of it, let me know. If this movie was supposed to be over-the-top, satirical, like in-your-face idea for these characters, it gains tiny little baby points back. Still basura. It's still on the sidewalk. I want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. I know this one was quick, but there was nothing in this movie I want to talk about other than the fact that it's trash and I hate watching it. I hope you never watch it. Avoid it at all costs. I love chatting with y'all, but until next time, stay safe, be well, y con mucho amor. Adios.